This video is the second part of the thinning out the Subaru EJ22 wiring harness down to the engine circuit. Here's some old pictures with my Uncle Jim in car number 13. It's the coupe there with the 6 pipes on the side. Enjoy! Alright, well, let's step back and see where we're at. This is the part I need. Still got some thinning to do. So the next thing I'm going to do is go into my files and find this harness and start identifying the loose wires that end up at the ECU and trim some of this off. And we still got to trim some of those off too. A few of those plugs go away. So there we have it. Time for a break. Okay, let's figure out which plug this is. It's a single ECU plug, it's a big one. It's a newer style. Well, not newer, but it's not the oldest style. This is not it. Okay, so looking from wire back side. Okay, so I'm looking from the back side, right there. Okay, so I got my paper, my cheat sheet that I've developed over the years, and it's the correct one for this. So this is the ECU plug, called a B84. That's the name of the plug. So on our chart here, pin 86 is the starter. It's red with yellow. Okay, so that's starter, which I knew that was. And up top here we got, what number is that one? That's blue with pink, maybe? Or orange, yeah, blue with orange. Blue with orange, pin 31. And pin 60, which is right there. Those are the AC. So I'm gonna keep those guys, those will be buddies. So that's AC. And we'll have them at different lengths so they don't short each other out. Let's make us a label. So okay. You guys ready? Okay, and then the other one is a starter. All right, anything else we got on this? Any other loosey-gooseys? Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to attack these wires. These are the wires coming from that one big wad. All this, remember this? Okay. So, these are coming from that, and I want to trace them out and see where they go. And the ones that come here, I want to identify them. So let's just do one at a time. I got this yellow with a green line. Where is it going? There it is. There it is. Oh, look at that. It goes nowhere. It ends. That's perfect. So that one's good. And then we got this black with the dot on it. And that one's going to the ECU. So let's figure out what that is. So that's that one. Figure out which one it is. Looks like it's over there. So it's on the bottom. Black with a white dot, 2 rows up. And 7 in, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's tack. Okay, so that's the tack wire. So I get rid of that one. Yeah, that one's gone. Put a sticker on it. Looks like tack is pin number 64. It's black with the white dots. Okay, so next one. This one's green. Green with the black stripe. Let's find out where it's going. It's right there. So that one is in the corner on the bottom. Green with black, speed sensor. So get rid of that one. And so that's a speed sensor. Not needed. Okay, so what else we got here? Got a purple wire. Where does it go? Okay, looks like it goes up into here, and I know that some of those things are going to be unhooked, so just going to snip it right there. Okay, what else we got? We got a green wire, same thing with it. It's going up into that area. And here we got a red wire. Yeah, this one's coming all the way over. So this is red with maybe a green. Figure out which one it is. It's right there. Okay. So that one is 2 up from the bottom. Pin 58. Can you guess what that one is? That one is the malfunction. So that's your check engine light. I'll rip it out of the harness. So this is check engine. All right, see what we got left over here. We got black and white, 2 wires hooked together, and that's also going up into that wad. So it looks like the only thing we have left is a ground wire. So just gonna chop it and chop it. Okay, so you see what you did? This now is all unhooked. So that can go away. Okay, so we got a few of the wires marked, and now let's work on this mess. Okay, let's clean this thing up. Okay, see what we got here. Okay, here's that wire we cut off moments ago. Let's see where it goes. Goes to that plug. That can go away. What else? We have some loose wires down here. There we go. Purple one. Okay. Now we gotta get this rat's nest all laid out so that it's laying out how it should. And then I got a few more wires showed up. I gotta identify and label everything. Wrap it, label it, and wrap it. Let's try to decipher this rat's nest. Okay. Oh, you remember all those ground wires? Well, they all went away except this one. It's the only ground wire on this harness. It goes to the main relay. Now there is another ground wire on the engine harness. The engine harness has a ground wire that grounds to the motor. So that one's important. But as far as this mess, this is the only ground wire. Okay, that's looking pretty good. We got the ECU plug laid out. We got the relays. Got most of the rat's nest gone. All the plugs that go towards the motor. So we're good. So now I need to identify a few wires and label a couple more and then start wrapping. Let's look these up. So looks like we got a few wires that showed up. We got a red with a blue, green with a red, and on my cheat sheet they're number 73 and 74, and that's the radiator fan relay. So those guys get to hang out together. So I'll make a sticker for that. So we got the main relay. So that's a ground. Let's mark that. Okay, so it should be a hot going in here, and there should be a hot with the ignition. So see what we got going here. We got a red one, that's empty, and we got a yellow one, a yellow with a red stripe. Okay, let's see what they are. Anything else? So let's check my chart here. Okay, it says red is hot, yellow is the ignition switch, hot in run and start. Now this is yellow with a, maybe we should find a picture. We also have this yellow with the blue. Have we got any extras? Okay, so yeah, we need to look at another picture. So on the main relay here, it mentions a few things. The black is the ground. The light green, that goes to the ECU. The red wires, there's two of them coming in here, and they hook to this one. The red wires, this goes to the main fuse. This goes to a 30 amp fuse, hot at all times. Okay, and then the other one right here, yellow with red, yellow with red. Okay, so that's, well, that one's okay. That's an extra. So this one gets snapped off. Okay. Now the yellow one should be the one we're looking for. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Oh, that's okay. This one here is straight yellow with gray dots. This one goes to the what do you call it? Fuel pump switch, and that one there says here fuel pump. Yeah, it goes down there. So this yellow one goes to the fuel pump. On the chart here it says hot in run or start. So that one takes a 15 amp fuse. So that's ignition. So okay, so we got the ground, we got hot with the battery, we got hot with the ignition. I think we're good on that. So that's good. And we got all the loose ones, labels on them. And we have a couple loose ones down here. Let's see, I think there was a purple one. There was two of them down here. All right, here we go. What do you think these are? Huh? What would these be for? They're going into the motor. What would they do? They don't go to the ECU. That's right. They are the oil pressure and the coolant temperature. Okay, now we could move on to the next step. That would be clean up some of these wires that have things hanging out. So that's what I'll do now. At this stage, the harness is ready to wrap up. So we got the ECU plug and the wires marked up, labeled. We got all the wires that go to the engine compartment. And we got the wires that go to hot and ignition. And we got the diagnostic plug. So next is to wrap it up. Here's the finished harness. Let's look it over. So on the ECU plug, we got a few wires, but none of those need to be hooked to anything to make it run. Okay. And these don't need to be hooked up either. Oil pressure, coolant temperature. All these plug into the motor and the MAF. And these are the important ones. We got 3 important wires. We got the ground on the main relay, it needs to be grounded. We got this one, goes to the battery, that needs to be hot at all times. And we got this one that needs to go to the ignition, hot when key is on. And over here we have a wire. This wire is for the fuel pump. So that's an important wire too. So that's it. Hook that up to the fuel pump, hook that up to the ground. Hot with ignition. Plug it in. And there you have it. So that's Hope you enjoyed that. And I've done quite a few of these over the years. Doing the wiring can be somewhat intimidating, but just a couple things to remember. You got the ECU, which runs the motor. And then you got all the plugs that plug into the motor harness. So the wires between those plugs on the motor and the wires on the ECU, you don't touch. They stay, and everything else can go away. First EJ swap I did, I was so scared of the wiring, I didn't do the wiring. I put a Weber carburetor on it with a Ford Escort distributor, and it worked fine for a trail rig. But after that, I learned from a local guy how to do it, and then I've done them ever since. Probably been doing them for the last 10 years or so. Till next time, this is Scott in Bellingham, and you have a good day. We'll see you on the next video.